One of the biggest reasons communities fail is because they're trying to do too many things at once. The creator often wants it to be a support space and a networking hub and a resource library and a place for accountability and a bonus for buyers and a lead magnet for prospects. The result? It's confusing. Members don't know why they're there or what they're even supposed to do. But here's the thing. A strong community, it has one clear purpose. Today, you're going to learn how to define that purpose for your members and for your business so that you can build a community with confidence instead of confusion. Let's get into it. Before you build anything in Kajabi, you need to be able to define the purpose for your community. You need to know exactly what your community is meant to do for your members and what role it plays in your business. This is going to help you have a clear filter for making every decision about your community as you build it and as it grows. So taking the time today to define that purpose for your community, it will help you get that clarity that's going to lead you towards a thriving community. So here's the thing about building a community. So if you don't know why it exists, your members are not going to know either. And when people don't understand why they're in a space or what they're supposed to get from it, they don't engage. They just kind of lurk. They forget about it and they stop showing up. But when the purpose is clear, when people know exactly what the community is meant to do for them, they'll show up very differently. They'll participate, they'll engage, and they're going to get value. So before you build anything, you need to get crystal clear on why your community exists. And that clarity, it's going to come from two places: the purpose for your members and the purpose for your business. So let's start with your members. The first question that you need to answer is, what is this community meant to do for the people inside it? Not what you're going to post, not how you're going to structure it, but what experience or outcome or feeling are you trying to create for them? So let me give you some examples of what this might look like. So maybe your community exists to provide ongoing support. It's like a place where people can ask questions, like troubleshoot problems, and they can kind of get help when they're stuck. So for instance, if you teach people how to use a specific software or tool, your community might be where they come when they hit a technical issue, or if they need clarification on a certain feature. So the purpose is problem solving and getting unstuck. Or maybe your community exists to create a connection. It's where people meet others on the same journey. They kind of share their experiences and they feel less alone. This might be perfect if you're teaching something that can feel a little bit isolating, like starting a business as a solo entrepreneur or navigating a major life transition. So the purpose is to make people feel seen and understood by others who get it. Now, maybe your community exists to drive accountability. So this is where people would show up, they would share their progress, and they would stay committed to their goals because they know that other people are watching. So you can kind of think of that as a fitness program or writing challenge where the community is where people post their daily workouts or their word count. And the purpose is to keep people moving forward through consistent action. Or maybe your community exists to deepen a transformation. It's where people will reflect on what they're learning. They apply it in real time and then they get feedback that kind of helps them to go further faster. This works really well if you're teaching something that's really complex or kind of nuanced, like coaching skills or marketing strategy or creative work. The purpose is to help people integrate and apply what they're learning at a deeper level. Now, notice how each of these are different. They're all valuable, but they create different experiences. A community built for support feels a little differently than a community that's built for connection. And a community that's built for accountability feels different than one that's built for transformation. So you do really need to choose. So what's the primary focus for your members? Now, I'm not saying that your community can only do one thing, but it needs to have one primary purpose. Because when you're trying to make it do everything, it's going to end up doing nothing very well. Okay, so that's the member side. Now let's talk about your business, because this is where a lot of people skip a step and it causes problems in the future. The second question that you need to answer is, what role does this community play inside of your business? Because here's the reality. You're not building a community just to be nice. You are building it because it serves a strategic purpose in your business model. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing, because when the community serves both your members and your business, that's when it becomes sustainable. So let's talk about what that purpose might be. So maybe your community exists to increase retention. It's what keeps people engaged with your membership month after month, even between content drops. So for example, let's say that you run a monthly membership where you release a new training every month. The community is what keeps the people connected and engaged during the weeks when there is no new content. They're still getting value through the conversations and the support and the connection so that they don't cancel. Or maybe the community exists to support continuity. So this is the bridge between your course and your higher level offer. People will finish your course, join the community, and stay connected until they're ready for the next step. So for instance, you might have a $500 course and a $5,000 coaching program. The community, that's where the course graduates hang out. They continue to get value, and then they naturally move towards your higher offer when they're ready. It keeps them in your ecosystem instead of disappearing after the course ends. Now, maybe the community exists to reduce your support burden. Instead of answering the same questions over and over in DMs and emails, your members can support each other inside of the community. And this is especially valuable if you have a really large audience or for a low priced offer. You can't personally answer every single question, but the community creates a peer-to-peer support where members can help each other. They can share their experiences and they can solve problems together. And that takes the pressure off of you. Or maybe the community exists to deepen the transformation that your offer creates. The community, it's where people actually implement what you teach. It means that they can get a better result. And that also means that they can refer more people and become advocates for your work. So for example, if you teach, let's say, marketing strategy, the community might be where people share their campaign results. They get that feedback on their messaging. They can troubleshoot what was not working for that. They can get better outcomes, which leads to testimonials, case studies, and word of mouth growth for your business. So again, notice how each of these is different, and notice how they kind of align with different business models. So if you have a membership, retention is probably your primary business purpose. If you have a course with a high ticket coaching offer, continuity might be your focus. And if you have a large audience and limited time, reducing support burden might be the goal. And if you need better results and testimonials, deepening transformation might be what matters most. Now, here's where it gets important. Once you've defined the purpose for your members and the purpose for your business, you need to make sure they align. Okay, a strong community works when the members' purpose and the business purpose support each other. Okay, so let me show you what I mean with some real examples. Let's say your member's purpose is to provide ongoing support, and your business purpose is to increase retention in your membership. Those two things, they align perfectly. When members feel supported, they stay longer. When they stay longer, your retention goes up. Everybody wins. So in this community, you might have a weekly Q&A thread, troubleshooting space, and maybe a place where members can ask for help anytime. And that serves the members' needs for support and your business need for retention. Or let's say that your member purpose is to create accountability and your business purpose is to deepen a transformation so that people get better results. Again, those align. When people are accountable, they take more action. When they take more action, they get better results. Better results lead to testimonials, referrals, and long-term success for your business. So in this community, you might have things like daily check-ins, progress tracking leads, celebration posts, and that serves the members' need for accountability and your business need for proven results. So another one, let's say your members' purpose is connection and belonging, and your business purpose is continuity, keeping people engaged between your course and your coaching program. These work together beautifully. When people feel connected to a community, they don't want to leave. They stay engaged. They keep showing up. And when you open your coaching program, they're the first ones to join because they already trust you and they feel part of your world. So in this community, you might focus on members' introductions, shared experiences, and creating relationships between members. That serves connection and keeps people in your ecosystem. But here's what doesn't work, and when the two purposes conflict. For example, let's say your members' purpose is connection and community, but your business purpose is for the community to use it as a sales tool to constantly pitch your next offer. Those things don't align. Members came for connection, but you're treating the space like a sales funnel. That's friction, and people feel sold to instead of supported, and they will disengage. Or let's say your members' purpose is transformation and deep work, but your business purpose is to keep the community as low touch as possible so that you don't have to show up. Again, conflict. Transformation requires presence, feedback, and engagement. And if you're not willing to show up, the community won't deliver on its promise to its members. So you need to make sure that your two purposes work together and not against each other. So my advice, choose a primary purpose for your community. Not 3, not 5, just 1. And yes, your community can do multiple things, but it needs one main job. Because when you try to make your community serve too many purposes at once, it becomes confusing. Members don't know what they're supposed to do there. They don't know what to prioritize, and the whole thing feels scattered. But when you have one clear primary purpose, every decision becomes easier. You're going to know what content to post, you're going to know how to structure your spaces, and you're going to know what to say when you invite people in. You know what success looks like. So, take a minute and finish this sentence. The primary purpose of my community is to fill in the blank for my members, which supports fill in the blank in my business. So for example, the primary purpose of my community is to provide ongoing support for my members, which supports retention in my membership. Or the primary purpose of my community is to create accountability for my members, which supports transformation and better results in my business. Or the primary purpose of my community is to foster connection for my members, which supports continuity and keeps people engaged between my course and coaching program. When you can say that in one clear sentence, you've got your purpose. So quick recap. A strong community has a clear purpose and serves both your members and business. The member's purpose focuses on the experience, the outcome, or the feeling that you're creating for them. Think support, connection, accountability, transformation. The business purpose focuses on how the community supports your business model, retention, continuity, reduced support burden, deeper transformation. These two purposes need to align and not conflict. And you need to choose one primary purpose so every decision you make from here forward is clear and confident. And when you have that clarity, building your community becomes so much easier. You're not guessing, you're not second guessing, and you will know exactly what you're building and why. If you want to learn more about online communities, check out this next video on your screen. And if you want to see a real Kajabi community in action for free, come join us in the Unstuck Me Club community. The link's in the description. We hope we can see you there.